Hey guys, I'm Nashpa. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be discussing my TBR for Jane Austen July. Now believe me, I'm just as surprised as you are that I'm participating in a Jane Austen July readathon or any classic literature readathon because I'm not really into classics that much. But I've been wanting to get into them, and I watch a lot of channels who specifically talk about classics, so I was inspired to pick it up. I watched the announcement video, which I'll have linked below, by Books and Things, and I just wanted to try it, and I was already in the middle of Pride and Prejudice, so I thought that I'll just make a full video about it. But I will not be doing all the challenges during this month, so I'll skip a few of them. So my relationship with Jane Austen is practically non-existent because I haven't read much of her. The only book that I've read of Jane Austen is Persuasion. I read it last year in Jane Austen July as a buddy read, and it went completely over my head because I powered through the audiobook because I was falling behind in the buddy read and I couldn't keep up with the discussions. And when I got to the end, I was like, this wasn't fun for me, and that's because it's entirely my fault that I just tried to read it very fast and very quickly and without trying to absorb it, because classics for me take a little more time getting into it. So this is a book that I will not be attempting to reread yet. I think I want to try something else and then come back to this one later on. And for this particular readathon, I will not be reading Sense and Sensibility or Mansfield Park yet because I just want to try other things. So Pride and Prejudice, I'm already 150 pages into it. This book has 350 pages, so almost halfway through, maybe about 40%. And I'm listening to it with the audiobook, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking the experience. The thing with Emma is, now I know this is one of the bigger ones, I got an audiobook for this on Audible Escape, which is an Audible subscription specifically for romance books. So I went on the free trial and I downloaded Emma. I listened to the audiobook at least 30% of it, and then I let my subscription lapse because I was like, I don't really need another book subscription. I didn't realize that my book would go back to. So then I tried to listen to another version of Emma on Scribd, and the narrator was completely different and I couldn't find my place in the audiobook. So I was like, this is not fun. I'm going to try to do it, but I'm going to try to do it properly. I'll get the book, and I listened to one specific audiobook from the beginning. So I tried to read this one. I know it's one of the bigger ones, but I'm definitely willing to give it a try. And then I'm going to try to read Northanger Abbey. I wish I had a matching cover, but sometimes you don't get the full set. But this one's pretty nice too. And with Northanger Abbey, I'm genuinely interested in it because I've heard that it's more like a gothic novel or a gothic take on some of the popular novels of the time, where a woman thinks she's trapped in a house or a mansion or something like that. And I've heard it's a mockery of that genre. I don't know who I heard that from, and I might not be completely correct, but I'm genuinely interested in reading this one. So now I'll go to the questions, and one by one I'll tell you which challenges I'll be doing. Now the first challenge is read one of Jane Austen's 6 novels, and I'm going to try to attempt to read 3 of them in Northanger Abbey, Emma, and Pride and Prejudice. The second challenge is read something by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels, and for this I found an audiobook. I think it's called Sanditon, but let me check how you pronounce that.
Sanditon by Jane Austen.
Wait.
Sanditon by Jane Austen.
So I will be reading Sanditon by Jane Austen. I've heard that this is one of her unfinished books, so I'm really excited to read this one. The third challenge is read a non-fiction work about Jane Austen or her time. This is a challenge that I will be skipping because I'm a little specific about the kind of non-fiction books that I'm reading right now. Most of them are very heavy literature about politics, so I don't want to commit to something that I won't be able to do, but hopefully next time. Challenge number 4 is read a retelling of a Jane Austen book, and for this I want to read this particular book. It's called Unmarriageable by Sonia Kamal. It's basically Pride and Prejudice in Pakistan. I've had this book for about a year, but I never got into it, and since I'm also trying to tackle local and desi fiction this year, I thought I'd give it a go, and it sounds perfect because I'm just going to read Pride and Prejudice, so I would like to immediately read a retelling to see how it compares. Challenge number 5 is read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen. This is a challenge that I will also be skipping because I feel like I'm committing to 3 full novels. I won't really have time for another classic, but I'm also continuing whatever books I was reading before, so it's not like I'm pausing that. So again, I feel like this might be a bit of a stretch and I won't be able to do it. Challenge number 6 is watch a direct screen representation of a Jane Austen book, and I'm really interested in the BBC miniseries for Emma and Pride and Prejudice both. 2 of my friends really like Emma, so they suggest that I watch that one, but I really want to try to watch both of them. I don't know where to find them, so I'll have to look for them because I tried looking on YouTube and I basically found bits and pieces and short clips. So if anyone knows where I can watch the full miniseries, or even if there's a subscription that I can get, just let me know. And the last challenge is watch a modern screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book, and for this I'm going to watch Lost in Austen. Risha mentioned it in her video when she talked about the Jane Austen July TBR. Yesterday one of my friends also told me that Clueless, which is a 90s show I remember vaguely, is also a retelling or loosely based on Emma. And if I can find that, then I will try to get through that as well. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.